Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Threes on Fire podcast. I'm Sadell Boyd here with Irvin Henderson Jr. And I know we've been on a long hiatus, but it's
Well,
football
listen, man,
season.
hold on. Let's get some things straight. All right, yeah, we
Oh,
have been
you
on a
want me to
long
fuck up the
hiatus,
intro?
but no,
Okay.
no, you're right. We have been on a long hiatus, but we've had a lot of things going on, lately. And I know if you viewers can see it, yes, there it is. Your boy got married this summer, had a nice little
Congratulations.
honeymoon. So it's been hectic. It's been busy. So yeah, I'm sorry that we've been going for a long time, but here we are back again.
Yeah, so as I was saying, football season is back, and
Mhm.
we about to hop right into it with our predictions
Yep.
and everything.
All right. So listen, before we get into our NFL preview, let's talk about the return of college football. Now we had week 0 last week, which doesn't really count. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. But there aren't really a lot of games in week 0. Week 1 got off to a really good start. How about Alabama? Number 8 Alabama going down to Florida State and getting beat 31-17. Um, we gotta start this process now of understanding when it comes to college football, school name recognition no longer means everything. I
True.
mean, I know that we kind of thought that Alabama would win this game because Florida State was so bad last year, but whatever happened the year before has nothing to do with this year. I think we could be seeing the beginning of Alabama's downfall. I'm not going to say that it's guaranteed to happen, but I think this is going to be a down year for Alabama. Kalen DeBoer, they're going to be calling for his head. I saw something where like this was the 4th time Alabama had lost uh, as a 14-point or more favorite, and he hasn't even been there that long. And it took the entirety of Nick Saban's run in Alabama for them to lose 4 times as a 14-point or more favorite in a game. I can tell you right now, that is not somewhere where you want to mess around and start losing. Those fans down there, they will start calling for his head. They'll get somebody else in there like that. Um, we had 2 top 10 matchups yesterday as well. Texas lost to Ohio State 14-7. You got to figure Ohio State's going to jump and be number 1 in the
Yeah.
next poll, even
Yeah.
though I know Penn State won and Penn State was number 2, but it's more impressive for Ohio State to beat Texas than Penn State beating Nevada. Um, my takeaway from that game, how about the overreactions to Archman, quarterback for Texas? I mean, there are people now with the social media is a terrible place. Let's get that straight. Okay. I enjoy
Say that
social
again.
media. I enjoy the trolling, but if we're being honest, social media is a terrible place, man. Like the memes were out with Eli and Peyton pointing and saying he's adopted. Like, I get it. He had a bad game, but it was a bad game on the road against the defending national champions. I mean, can we wait until we get to like October and November to start like figuring out where some of these players and programs are once we get into the dog fights of the positioning with the college football playoff? I think Texas is going to be fine going forward, but let's chill on the overreactions. The other top 10 game from yesterday, you had LSU uh, beating Clemson. I think the final was 17-10. Now, me, I love when Dabo Swinney loses. I love seeing Clemson lose. I do not like Dabo at all. I think that he is the most arrogant head coach in college football right now. Someday I will go in on a little rant about why specifically I don't like him. Um, and now we have our third top 10 matchup going on right now. Your boys are on right now, man. Your boys are on right now, taking on Notre Dame in Miami. Listen, I can't stand Notre Dame, so I'm really hoping you guys pull this one out. Locally, Penn State and Temple open their season with blowout wins over Nevada and UMass. Now, I was going to come on here and call UMass what I normally call them. I'm going to leave them alone. That was, that's some old repressed hatred from the college basketball days when they would beat up on Temple when John Chaney was here. So I'm going to leave that alone for right now. But one more college football thing before we move on. It's over, man. What a run for Lee Corso and College Game Day. He's riding off into the sunset and retiring. He did his last mascot headgear pick. His first pick ever with the mascot head was Ohio State. His last pick ever with the mascot head was Ohio State. They won both times. And on one other note, he was the only person on the panel that picked Florida State to beat Alabama. Everybody else said Alabama was going to win in a rout. He picked Florida State. Now, there was some homerism there because Lee Corso is, he played at Florida State during his college career. If I'm not mistaken, he has more career interceptions than Deion Sanders. I got to look that up. I think he had more interceptions than Deion. I think he still holds the Florida State record for career interceptions. I gotta look that up and get back to you on that. ESPN did announce that they will no longer do the mascot picks, which yes, let that be his thing. You don't need to pass that off to somebody else. One thing I do want to speak about before we get into the preview, I got to talk about my boys. You can see I'm rocking the P today. I had a whole bunch of smoke for them coming into this show after the way that they went to New York and got swept. I'm going to leave them alone for now. They had a rough start to the week. Huh?
I said, by your favorite team.
Listen, man, we gonna sit that over here, man. We not even gonna think about that. We're not gonna allow any negative thoughts to come out right now. Yeah. Even with getting swept by them bums up in Flushing, all they've lost from the lead that they had going into the week was one game, and you lost 3 to the team that's right behind you, and they're on right now playing against Atlanta. They could wipe that one away with a win and be right back where they were a week ago, because for whatever reason, this team gets up and gives the Phillies their A game, and then they get a series against the Marlins, who absolutely suck, and they lose 2 out of 3. Like, I cannot make sense of this. Like, every time they playing against the Phillies, they look like the best team in baseball. They play everybody else. They look like an absolutely mediocre team. I don't understand it. And the Phillies haven't won, I think, in New York in their last 10 games. So I think an investigation might be necessary to see if, they got some Astros, cheating going on up there, man. I don't listen. But tomorrow, we flip the calendar to September. The Phillies, 7 of their first 10 games in September will be crucial. They have 3 games starting Monday against Milwaukee, who are the best team in baseball. And then they have a 4-game home series against you. All right, so why are we here today? We are here for our annual NFL preview show. And if anything, people, we were going to come back here for this one. Now, a year ago, Sadell, we sat here, right? We sat here. We gave our predictions, and I got called a homer. I got called an idiot. I got called stupid. Last year, I sat here and predicted that the Eagles would win Super Bowl 59. And they did. Okay, they did. And I mean, I had people calling me a jinx. When the team started 2-2, it was like, yo, you jinxed them. You picked them to win the championship, and now look at them. They're not playing very well. They had another terrible loss in Tampa, and schedule makers. They can come here. They can come here. We don't have to keep going to Tampa, okay? The Buccaneers can come to Philly. The Eagles don't have to keep going down to Tampa to play the Buccaneers. I'm just saying, can we get one of those games in Philly?
Quick question.
I'll get back. Go ahead.
Quick question. Do y'all play the Rams here or in LA?
No, we finally get the Rams here.
Oh, because I was going to say, unless it's obligated by playoff seeding, y'all got to always play them out there.
It feels like it. It really feels like, I mean, other than the playoff game this past year, but it feels like in the regular season, the Eagles seem to always be in LA and in Tampa. And I don't understand how that works when, I know it goes by your division record and everything like that, but it'll be good to finally see the Rams come here for a regular season game. Something's got to be I'm about to petition the league. Yo, stop sending the Eagles to Tampa. Stop it, please. For once, can Tampa come here? I'll get back to that later. I will. I promise you I'm going to get back to that. Listen, I was ready to come on here, take a victory lap, give all my predictions for where I think the divisions are going to shake out. And Thursday, everything gets thrown away because the Dallas Cowboys decided to trade Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. Now, if you've been, under a rock during this whole situation, before training camp started, Parsons came out and publicly declared on his Twitter account that he no longer wanted to play for the Cowboys, and he basically demanded a trade. Now, we're thinking, no, that's not going to happen. There's no way. There's no way. Even Jerry Jones told Dallas fans, don't lose any sleep. We're going to get a deal going. Hey, I'm offering him the best deal that any non-quarterback has ever gotten. So how do we go from don't lose sleep over this to 1 week before the season begins, he's in Green Bay? How does that happen?
Well, that's what happens when you operate on handshake deals directly with a player instead of talking to his agent. That's how that happens.
Right. Now, that's another aspect of this that does need to be talked about. And there was a situation where apparently Jerry Jones had called Micah Parsons in. Micah was thinking it was to have a conversation about, team leadership or whatever the case may be. And it went into a conversation about his contract. How do you call someone in for a meeting without their agent? How are you trying to backdoor this man's agent? That's what his job is. His job is to take care of his client. And you just completely disregarded that, disrespected the man when you came out and you publicly disparaged him. You publicly disparaged your starting quarterback. I mean, I didn't really want to get this deep into it, but while we're here, how in the world does this send a positive message to any potential free agents? Who wants to deal with that? Who wants to go to a team that can have their owner / GM publicly shit talk his best player on offense and his best player on defense? If you can do that to the guys at the top, if I'm here, what does that mean for me? If I don't get off to a good start that, it just, I mean, maybe you have a view on it that I'm not seeing.
Oh no, man! I ain't no kinda. I really agree with you on that. Like, I mean, it would be tough, especially as a top notch free agent to
Mm-hmm.
go there now, knowing that this is the type of drama you have to deal with. Hell, even being drafted there for what? From Zeke, you all the way back from Zeke to Dak to now CD and Micah. Like, you a number one draft pick or a high draft pick, and you perform well, you know you're gonna have to deal with this BS coming down the pipeline. It's a bad look.
And the other aspect of this, and I spoke to a Cowboys fan that I work with and said this. I said, the worst part about all of this is all of this was avoidable. All of this was avoidable. You don't wait and let other teams set the market. You set the market. Like, somebody said to me, "Oh, well, if Howie Roseman had made this deal that Dallas just made, you'd be calling him a genius." No, I wouldn't. I would be killing Howie for being dumb enough to let our best defensive player have to continuously wait to get his deal while other players are getting deals. Myles Garrett gets a deal. Trey Hendrickson had his little BS with Cincinnati, but he gets a deal. Max Crosby gets a deal. Watt gets a deal. So all of these players are getting their deals, and you got your guy waiting. This is why I love the approach that the Eagles take. They get their guys squared away immediately, so we don't even have to worry about all this drama. We'll set the market if that's what it takes. We'll say, okay, you know what? Here's what we're offering. And now other teams who have players that are at that same level, you have to pay more now for your guy because that's what this guy just got. So it's just, I mean, I'm giving away. All right, now I know I'm kind of giving away the game right now. The Dallas Cowboys as an organization, easily right now, dumbass of the week. So if you're wondering before we even get to that part of the show, the dumbasses of the week are the entire Dallas Cowboys organization for the way that they completely botched this Micah Parsons situation. This should have been handled way better than it was. And you traded them to a team within your conference too, which makes it even dumber. You traded them to a team that you just put another obstacle in front of yourself. Now, I don't care that they got the 2 first-round picks from Green Bay. Those picks are going to be late in the first round. And you're having issues hitting on the picks that you have now. So, in essence, if we're looking at it, they picked up a first-round quality pick from you. So I'll call that first pick next year a wash. 1 first-round pick and a defensive tackle, Kenny Clark, and Parsons got paid anyway. So I mean, I could make Parsons person of the week for getting his bread and getting the hell up out of Dallas.
I mean,
but
you talking about stealing the sauce?
That's
I was
crazy.
going to say that when we got down to it, but I do have another person of the week in mind as well.
All right. So listen, let's talk about how much this changed the outlook of the season, and we're going to start in the AFC, and let's start with the AFC East. This could be the easiest division to call. All right. I really think we're looking at it's a 1-team show, and the other 3 are just hoping to finish 500. I think the Bills should run away with this division. I don't know how much resistance they're going to get. In terms of the talent that they have on their rosters, I think the Dolphins and Jets could be in the mix for a playoff spot. But what reason do I have to believe in either one of those 2 teams?
You know what? I gotta.
What faith can I have in neither of those teams?
There's no faith you can have in those teams. I mean, from my predictions, I have actually the Patriots finishing second in that division.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I don't. I have them fourth. I have the Bills winning the division. I have the Jets finishing second. I have the Dolphins third and the Patriots in last.
All right, two things. The Dolphins can't play once it turned 50 degrees or lower, man. Like
that is true.
And there's always the looming aspect of Tua's health over their head.
Also true.
Tyreek Hill, I don't know. He was acting up. So I don't know how well their locker room is going to be. Like, to me, the Dolphins are a mess. They're going to be, like you said, close to 500, 8-9. That's why I have them. But the Jets, man, they saying that Justin Fields, him throwing the ball is like a disaster. So,
see, and then, outside of Justin Fields, offensively, they have pretty good talent at the skill position.
They have talent.
The question for me with Justin Fields is, are we getting the Justin Fields that filled in Pittsburgh? Or are we getting the Justin Fields from Chicago? Because if we get the Justin Fields from Chicago, it's going to be an unmitigated disaster. Like, it's going to be terrible. But if we get the guy from Pittsburgh, I think that they'll have a chance at the very least to maybe sneak in, but I don't think they're going to.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. And they also, they rocking with a new head coach basically for a full year. I don't know. I think the Patriots have a much more solid foundation of what they want to do. And I don't know. I don't like the other two teams.
All right, I'm looking at what you were saying about the Dolphins as far as playing in cold weather. Calendar flips to December. They're at the Jets. They're at the Steelers, and they finish at the Patriots. But for the most part, they're home. They're home against the Commanders, home against the Saints, home against the Bengals, home against the Bucks. Within those last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. So
but
playing in the cold should not be an issue down the stretch.
Yeah, but they can't. I ain't gonna say they can't. Can't is the wrong word. But I'm looking at that like they won't beat the Bengals and they won't beat.
I don't think they will either.
And they won't beat. You said Tampa Bay in there too, right?
Yeah, they won't beat Tampa Bay either.
I don't think they'll beat any of those three teams, regardless. So,
but I'm just saying, like, the issue won't be the weather. All right, so the issue will not be the weather.
The problem will be they will lose to the Jets, even though the Jets are middle because of the cold. They'll lose. What was the other one that they had that was a cold weather? The Steelers.
The Steelers.
Another mid that they'll lose.
That's a 50-50 game, yeah.
Yeah, it's another mid, but they'll lose because it's cold.
Yeah.
And the other one was.
And then they finish at the Patriots. I mean.
And the Patriots will be fighting them for that spot, and the Patriots will beat them.
See, I don't think the Patriots. I think the Patriots be packing it up by then, man. I don't think the Patriots are going to be very good. I don't.
The Patriots got some slop on their schedule. They had the last place schedule, so they got the Raiders, the Titans, the Browns.
Yeah, and they're gonna finish in last place again. Man. I'm sorry, they're gonna finish in last place.
We're gonna see.
All right, so let's move on to the AFC North. At what point will the Ravens finally get over this hump, man? Like they've been on the doorstep this entire run with Lamar Jackson, but the Bills or the Chiefs are in their way. Like, to me, the Ravens right now, for anyone who, is of a certain age and grew up watching basketball, the Ravens are the equivalent of the Milwaukee Bucks of the 80s. of the early 80s, the early to mid 80s, where if they could get past Boston, they had Philly in their way. And if they could get past Philly, they had Boston in their way, and they just couldn't quite get there. And it just feels like, if they find a way to beat the Bills, Kansas City is right there. And if through some way they find a way to beat Kansas City, like Buffalo's going to be right there.
The Bills will probably be there. Yeah.
Right. And so, I mean, listen, I got a bunch of flack last year for picking the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, but nobody gave me any smoke for picking the Ravens to win the AFC. I mean, I didn't get nothing about that.
Did I pick the Ravens to win the AFC as well? Did we pick the same Super Bowl?
I think we did pick the same Super Bowl. I got to go back and check that episode out. I think we did pick the same Super Bowl.
Because I thought you picked the Bills. I thought you picked the Bills versus the Eagles. Maybe that was the year before that.
The year before, the year before I actually picked the Bills to win the Super Bowl.
You did.
And I actually said, like, I think that it's going to take another shot for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. But I had the Ravens getting to the Super Bowl and, Mark Andrews dropping passes in the end zone. So,
yeah, I think we both had that same pick then. And,
yep.
Yeah.
We also going to find out how much old-ass Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco have left in the tank with the Steelers and Browns. Speaking of getting over the hump, this has to be the year the Bengals make a run, right? Right?
What kind of run we talking about?
Oh, listen, man. Something. They got to do something, right? I mean, they can't keep being. I know they already did make a run to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, but it just feels like the Bengals Super Bowl run just didn't happen. It feels like it didn't happen. It feels like it was a fever dream.
Like one of those groups.
Yeah. So they got to make a run this year, right?
They do.
Okay. What's your order in this division this year?
Ravens, obviously.
Right.
Then the Steelers, Bengals, and Browns.
All right, so here's where we differ again. I have the Ravens winning the division. I have the Bengals finishing second in the division and making the playoffs. Then I have the Steelers and Browns. Listen, I don't trust Aaron Rodgers. I don't. I don't trust him. I don't. He's done. He's done. I'm sorry. He's done.
I don't trust the Bengals defense. The Bengals scored like 30-something points in like half-day games last year and still lost.
True. True. But I listen, I trust the Bengals just a little bit more than I trust the Steelers. Right? All right, so on to the AFC South. Is this the worst division in the league? Like, it doesn't just feel. Yeah, listen. It doesn't just feel like this is the worst division in football. This feels like this is the worst division in all of sports. It does. It literally feels like this is the worst division in every sport.
There's still another South division. There's still another South division. So.
Oh, listen. Trust me. We'll definitely get there. I think the AFC South is worse than the NFC South. Now,
I mean, at least they have a headliner team.
Who does?
The AFC South.
They do?
They have a team on top of their division.
So does the NFC South.
No. I mean, they have a team that's a threat that's on the top of their division.
Oh, you think they're a threat?
Yeah, they're a threat.
Okay, now let me say this. This is the first time I've ever done this. I put all four teams in a hat. I put all 4 teams in a hat.
No,
And I
man.
literally listen. And here's the hat. It's my work hat. I literally put all 4 teams in this hat right here, shook it up, and I did it in reverse order. Okay. So whoever came out first finished last. And whoever was left standing is going to win the division. And the Texans came out last anyway. So the Texans, thanks to the hat picked the Texans to win the division. The Jaguars second, the Colts third, and the Titans.
Well, I have exactly that. But
Okay.
but the Texans are going to run away with the division.
I mean, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they
Well,
should.
well,
They
here's my
definitely
thing. I think I've seen it and I've heard it. I think Jacksonville could make it a little tough on the Texans winning the division, but I don't think they're going to stop them from winning the division.
No.
All right, the AFC West. Can anybody in this division put a stop to the Chiefs' run atop this division?
Is that a legit question? Because we already know the answer.
Okay, so now the question becomes, who's in a better position to finish second, the Broncos or the Chargers?
You know, I wanted to say the Broncos so bad, but I think it's the Chargers. And I think it's a matter of how the schedule plays out and where the Chargers get certain people at certain times. It kind of favors the Chargers.
I went with the Broncos. I have the Broncos finishing in second. I do have the Chargers finishing in third, but I have the Chargers making the playoffs. And the Raiders, listen, I think Genty's going to be a damn good player. I think Bowers is already a damn good player. They have good pieces on offense, and the defense is just And they're in a really strong division. Give the Raiders another year. I'll say this: give the Raiders another year. When we come back to do this next year, I think if the Raiders make the right moves, I think the Raiders can put themselves in the playoff mix next.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, let's move to the NFC, and we'll start with the NFC East this year. Normally, I try to save the NFC East for last because the Eagles are in that division, but we're going to get this out the way right now. I had Dallas in the mix until the Parsons trade. I did. I had Dallas in the mix, not as far as winning the division. I thought that it was a 2-team race to win the division. Dallas could be in the mix to make the playoffs.
Okay. I was with you.
I don't know about that. One thing we will say about the NFC East that everybody has said in their previews, it's been 20 years since a team in the NFC East has won the division in back-to-back seasons. The last team to do it was the Eagles. They did it from 2002 to 2004. So that means it's been 20 years since anyone has won the NFC East in back-to-back years. Are the Eagles going to do it?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. I think they will. I think the Eagles, through all of the conversations about who or what Jalen Hurts is, the conversations about how good of a coach is Nick Sirianni, the constant shifting of offensive coordinators for this team, the offseason moves with letting a lot of veterans walk and having these younger guys now having their chance to step up on the defense. I'm a little leery about this defense right now. Not a lot, a little, especially in the secondary. And we're going to see if these young guys are really ready to step up into those spots. And can Kelee Ringo be a solid nickelback? I do like they brought Marcus Epps back. I like that move. I like the trade for the corner that they picked up from the Raiders. I don't see a lot of veteran leadership there. You understand what I'm saying within the secondary? So these young guys are gonna have to do their thing.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of took the words out of my mouth. Like Blankenship is the most veteran guy there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yep,
he's the leader now.
Oh man, another year of the exciting whites in the secondary, man. Should be fun. Go ahead and give me your division order.
Say it again. The division.
No, when you're ready, give me your order. Yep.
Oh yeah.
No, when you're ready, make your point.
Oh no, because real quick, you spoke on the Jalen Hurts thing, and I hope to do just a segment about us talking about the top quarterbacks of the league, because we didn't get a chance to do that amongst the time where everybody else was doing it. So we got to do that. And even coaches, where does Sirianni rank amongst coaches? So those two things we could talk about at a later time.
Well, listen, I think coming into the season, all the hand wringing about where Hurts fits has gotten exhausting.
Yeah.
Especially when it feels like this conversation is being had because it's really good engagement farming. It's really good clickbait, rage bait to get people to certain platforms to tune in and listen, in one part because it's going to piss a certain section of fans off, and then the other part because it's going to have people on that side as well. So you're going to have both of those camps following and listening to these things. And the one thing I'm going to say, and I'm not going to get deep into it, I just want to say this. Your boy, Cam Newton, is really losing touch with his sense because he's contradicted himself. This is a guy that after the Super Bowl came out and called Jalen Hurts elite. His words, not mine. I didn't say it. And so how did this man go from elite to not top 10 in your eyes? You said it.
So
how does that happen? How?
Listen, I've had this discussion on a different podcast, and I'm like, so how many players get to be elite then? Because to me, I would think you would have to narrow that down to, let's say, even if you said the top 25%, right? 32 teams in the league, that means 8. That would mean the top 8 quarterbacks would be the elite ones. You have them outside the top 10. So that means he got to be basically either upper mid tier or, or however you want to break it down after that. But obviously you can't be outside of the top 10.
You can't.
Unless you're saying half the league's quarterbacks that start are elite, then I mean, I guess you can think that, but that wouldn't make sense.
Listen, I'm fine with certain people and their rationale saying Hurts within the top 10 is in that second half from 6 to 10.
From 6 to
10? I'm fine with it. Yeah, no. I'm fine with people who say that.
All right, so let's just do it. Okay, so I'm actually not fine with that. And I'll tell you why.
I'm going to tell you why. Go ahead.
Just real quick, the top 3 is unmistakable. It's Mahomes, it's Josh Allen, is whatchamacallit?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. There we go.
Yeah.
And then you got 4, which could be Burrow. But 4 could, in my eyes, also be Hurts. So it's between those two as the battle for 4. But even if you say Burrow is 4, that means Hurts is 5th. So if you're a top 5 quarterback, you have to be considered elite.
Agreed. But why I say anyone that has them 6 through 10 doesn't really bother me. You can you can make a case for some guys, right? But they're putting guys above Hurts that I'm sitting here looking like, how? How are you making a case for him? How are you making a case for Jayden Daniels, who's only played one season, 1 year? How are you making a case for Jordan Love, who's had like 2 years, but he's been up and down too? To
Yes.
me, I would have Hurts on my list fourth, right behind the three guys that you said are in the top three. The
That's why
conversation about Burrow becomes, oh, well, Burrow, the team doesn't have a good enough defense and Burrow is asked to do more. Okay. But if we're talking about the knock on Jalen Hurts is, well, look at the team around Jalen Hurts. Look at the offensive weapons he has. Doesn't Burrow have two really damn good receivers on that roster?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, well, the offensive line stinks. Blame your general manager then.
Right.
Blame him for not putting the proper offense around him. And the one thing that I want people to stop doing, stop the hypothetical game. Stop that. I'm tired of hearing, well, if you put Jalen Hurts on this team, or if you put Joe Burrow on the Eagles, if you put Lamar, like, first of all, then teams would have to change fundamentally what they do because of who they have on their roster. It's not going to be the same offense. It's not, you don't plug in a guy and they run that same offense. That's not how it works.
That doesn't make sense at all.
That's not how it works.
That's why each one of those players, you look at the top 4 to 5, all of those players, all the systems are vastly different. Vastly different.
Completely different.
The only similarities is maybe you could say Josh Allen and Hurts have some similar things in their systems, but otherwise, even with the play calling, I would say the play calling still is very different. Even though stylistically it might be similar, the play calling for each of those players is very different. So even then, even when you have stylistically similar, you have a different whole game plan that's different.
And my thing is, what I'll say, Hurts may not have the passing numbers, right? He may not have the passing numbers of some of these quarterbacks, but when he's asked to throw the ball, he does, and he does well. He does well when he's asked to throw the ball. Like, you look at the Super Bowl, the Chiefs' game plan worked. They neutralized Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
They couldn't do anything with Hurts. Hurts killed them. He killed them with his arm. He killed them with his legs. He had a couple of really big runs to pick up first downs to help bleed the clock some more. So listen, if you have Hurts outside the top 10, you're full of shit. I'm sorry. You are. If you have Hurts outside the top 10, you've lost your mind. And I'm not, listen, trust me, we'll definitely get deeper into this Hurts conversation at some point during the season.
I wanted to add one more thing to that, because you said something very important. People need to mind themselves that Hurts has been to 2 Super Bowls. And so he balled out of control in the first time, even though they lost. He had one of the greatest games you could have. He had one mistake early when he fumbled. But other than that, he outplayed Patrick Mahomes for the rest of the game.
He did.
So he didn't. And so what can you say? Like, as you said, you know, people talk about, oh, he got Saquon, oh, he got AJ and all that. Well, he didn't have all that back then. I mean, he had AJ and Devontae, but he ain't had the same caliber of running back. It's like, and then the defense was, they basically fell apart on him. After what they did in the season, they turned around and got to the Super Bowl and didn't do none of the same things when they was putting all that pressure on the quarterback and getting the sacks and all that. So then he basically had to carry that team just to keep them in the game and had them up until the end. Patrick Mahomes had a game-winning drive in that game.
Yep.
He was behind. He had them to win.
Yep.
And this is the stuff I talk about because it's more the quarterbacking than just putting up the numbers. Is also is everything you do. It's just like how we always talk about even in basketball. It's what you do in the regular season, obviously, to get yourself in playoff position. But then it's how you perform in the playoffs that really sets your stature, at least to me. That's how I judge players. So sometimes it ain't just about how much numbers he could rack up, stat-wise on the stat sheet. And it ain't how pretty he could throw a pass. It's can you efficiently do the things you need to do within the game plan that's built for you to win the game. And in the biggest moments, when the games get harder and tougher, can you keep stepping up to perform? Those things measure a player too. Those are intangible. That comes from in here and in here.
And let's look at this thing that, like the other thing to that, right? He's been to the playoffs all 4 years as a starter, right? All 4 years he's been a starter. He's been to the playoffs. He has three playoffs.
Had a different coordinator all 4 years.
But he's lost in the playoffs 3 times. 2 of those losses happened in Tampa. The third was the Super Bowl he played his ass off in.
Right.
I mean, come on. Let's get a man his due, man. But look, so I think we both have the Eagles finishing first. The Commanders are clearly going to finish second in this division. Like
easily.
I mean, and they're going to make the playoffs. Dallas is going to finish third, and the Giants are the Giants.
Dallas might not finish third.
No, I think they'll still finish third. I think they'll still finish third. Now, what I think could happen if Dallas gets off to a pretty bad start, they'll tank.
That's what I'm saying. They might implode.
They will tank. They will tank. But they're going to finish third. They're probably going to finish with a losing record. The Giants quarterback room makes no sense to me at all. Like I don't understand what their quarterback room is going. Like, what are y'all doing, yo? Like, y'all just collecting players at this point. Yeah. And the one thing I will say, there is one interesting tidbit about the Giants quarterback. The Giants were the last team in the league to have a black quarterback start.
Right.
They have an all-black quarterback room right now. Yep.
Yo, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny.
So we'll listen. We'll see what happens with them, but I will say this. Oh crap! You know what I just realized, dog? That I didn't do while we here. I didn't make my picks for the week. I should have made my picks for the week.
We could.
I should have made my listen. We'll do that. But I should have made my picks for the week while we were here. Moving on to the NFC North.
You said you off tomorrow, right?
Yep.
We'll just do it real quick tomorrow.
Got you.
Separate it's not a big deal.
The NFC North. This Parsons trade has to make some sort of impact on the division, right? Like, is it enough to push Green Bay above Detroit, though?
Yeah, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah. See, Detroit also are going to suffer for the fact that they have the number 1 schedule from last year. So they got a ringer that they have to go through. Now, Detroit, I got them finishing 12-5. But now that this Parsons thing has happened, the Packers-Lions games, those games in particular now become the swing games. And it's possible that the Packers could sweep them, but I got them splitting where before I thought the Lions was going to sweep them. And that's going to
and make sure you circle this on the calendar. September 28th, Packers, Cowboys, Sunday Night Football. Oh man! I'm gonna be in front of the TV for that. That just got a whole hell of a lot more interesting.
I'm glad you reminded me of that because that game I thought of was like a kind of a toss-up before. Now
Oh
it's
no,
just automatically.
they should beat the brakes off of Dallas. I hope they run the score up on them dudes too. Listen, the Vikings are going with JJ McCarthy as the starting quarterback. I don't know, like we don't know how good he's going to be. Like this is effectively his rookie year since he was hurt
Yeah.
last year. No more dumbass Eberflus in Chicago, man. So I think that's an addition by subtraction to not have that idiot on the sidelines no more. And I'll never forget this, man. I watched that Thanksgiving game against the Lions in a house full of people who were not even Bears fans, and everybody was screaming at the television, "Why is this ass not calling a timeout?" Like it's the dumbest coaching I've ever seen in my life. And if you really look at it, last year Chicago lost some really close games. They lost some really tight games, and a couple of games that they lost were games they should have won. You get kicks blocked. You get, the quarterback and the coach having a brain freeze and not calling a timeout. You get your dumbass cornerback waving at fans and not realizing that the play is going on. Like the 2024 Bears had some of the worst losses any team has ever taken, and they had a bunch of them last year. I don't think it's going to matter, though. I think the Bears are still going to finish last. I'm sorry. The three teams in that division are like that much better than them. I still have the Lions winning the division. I have the Packers finishing second. I have the Vikings third.
Oh, I have that same order. Except I have the Vikings falling off a lot.
Oh, wow. You're
I
not
didn't
sold
trust
on
Sam Darnold, and I don't trust
you don't trust McCarthy?
JJ. I don't trust JJ McCarthy. I trust him even less.
Yeah, listen, I think
I'll tell you all I know is that he better find a way to get the ball to Justin Jefferson because that's my number one pick in fantasy. That's all that matters. But
yeah, I feel you on that, man. But what I will say is this: I think that the Vikings have enough talent around McCarthy that he just has to play good. He doesn't have to play out of his mind. He just has to play good. If he plays good, and I think he will, I think they'll get in. I think they'll get into the playoffs. Do I have them 7? Yeah, I have them 7. So it's not like I have them like up here. I have them getting that last spot, and I think they'll get that last spot because I don't think the other teams under them are that good. Especially when we get to talking about the NFC South. Now, I could have did the same thing to them that I did with the AFC South, right? But
I think it makes more sense in the NFC South to do that.
Nah, listen, I think Tampa Bay is like clearly the best team in this division. I think they're clearly the best.
Into the South now. I think the Falcons are going to be that again. It's going to be between Tampa Bay and Atlanta, and I think Atlanta's not going to fuck it up this time like they did last year.
I think we got our first major disagreement here. So you have the Falcons winning the division?
Yeah.
Do you even have the Bucks in the playoffs?
Hold up. Let me flip to my playoff. Flip to my playoff page. Right off top of my head, because that got murky right there when it came to the final teams to make it in.
Right.
Dang, come on now, paper. They made it. They
got
made
the
it.
Bucks in. All right.
So
I have the Bucks getting in.
The South. I couldn't believe it even when. That's why I had to look again.
Yeah, I don't have 2 teams from the South making it in. I have the Bucks making it in. I have the Falcons second. Sadell, I got your boys finishing third this year. I got them finishing third. I think the Saints are a disaster. I think the Saints
The
are
Saints
going
are the
to
worst
be
team in football
awful.
outside of Tennessee.
Awful. They are going to be awful this year. Listen, good luck, Kellen Moore. Did I see this right? They named Spencer Rattler the starting quarterback.
That's
All
what this.
right, so here's what's gonna happen. This coming off season, they're gonna send draft picks to the Eagles for Tanner McKee. Kellen Moore is gonna send draft picks to the Eagles to get Tanner McKee to be the starter down there, man.
I hope not.
Trust me. He's better than Spencer Rattler.
Oh yeah, he's better than Spencer.
I mean, he's
Rattler.
better than every quarterback they got in that room right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. Go listen.
No, I mean they're gonna probably have the number 1 pick, so they'll be trying to pick
Arch Manning. Oh man. I mean, that makes sense. The Manning family is like really big
Oh
down
no,
there in
wait
New Orleans.
though. I don't know. I don't know if Archie is gonna allow that again.
They will. They
He
will.
suffered
They
enough.
have a connection. They have a connection with the city. I think based on the connection with the city, Arch Manning being, if the Saints get the number 1 pick, Arch Manning being drafted by the Saints makes sense.
It does. It makes sense. But man.
And speaking of
One
underachieving,
Archie Manning has already suffered through that. This is like reincarnation.
listen, man, it's in the family bloodline, man. It's going to start all over again with
Ooh.
Arch Manning being in New Orleans taking a beating like his granddaddy did, man. unless they trade for Tanner McKee, and there you go, problem solved. You ain't got to worry about all that.
They can have Bryce.
Nah, man, y'all. Why are you constantly trying to get rid of your quarterback, man?
Because I don't
Like
believe I never did believe in him.
He was balling out the end last year, man. Why are you trying to get rid of him again?
I do not believe in him.
Yo, man. Yo, he's at least the second best quarterback in that division.
Yeah. Hold up. You said at least?
Yeah, he's at least the second best quarterback in that division.
I think remains to be seen, though.
Nah, man, I don't.
Penix is probably better.
Nah, man, I don't think Penix is better, man. I think Penix is all right. I think Bryce.
Did they ship off Kirk?
Nope. Nope.
He's not better
still
than
there.
Kirk.
Oh, but Kirk ain't starting.
It don't matter.
Oh, so you got him third. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. Stall your boy out, man. Stall him out, man. He gonna ball out this year, man.
Listen, I hope so. I'm tired of seeing this tragedy that's been the Carolina Panthers, but I mean,
listen, man. It's gonna be another rough year. It is. It's gonna be another rough year, but I think that y'all will be better than people expect. I don't expect y'all to make a playoff run, but I expect the way the year ended with y'all giving like some of the best teams in the league a run for their money. A couple of those games, you get into a couple of those games this season, y'all gonna win them.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna win them this year. All right, well, let's move on to the underachieving ass NFC West. Listen, Jonathan Gannon got to be on the hot seat down there in Arizona. I don't even know how you fix that problem. And I remember when Arizona was actually one of the like expected good teams in the league. Now I don't want Kyler Murray be damned. Like I don't know what to make of this Cardinals team. I don't. The Rams have good pieces in place. I'm not sure what to make of the 49ers or Seahawks right now. The Rams should win this division, right?
It sounds good, but not with Stafford's condition. Stafford got a hurt back.
Okay, so should the Rams? All right, so should the Rams, you know, be like seriously affected by this? Who from them other three teams is going to step up?
You know it's the 49ers. That's the only team I trust
Okay,
to step up. I mean,
all
you
right.
know, you think about what happened. So you said everything that needed to be said about the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
And even if let's say Kyler Murray pulled off a heroic year in his terms of heroic, as in like he flashed back to like, you know, I guess his rookie year or second year, you know, early
Mm-hmm.
on when he did play all those games and he was balling out, and him and Marvin Harrison hook up and Connor's running, and you know they got their offense pretty much going to eke
True.
out some wins.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they still gonna barely finish over 500 at best, probably. That's at best. That's being optimistic.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Then the
Here's the
Seahawks,
thing.
look at them, and they lost their head coach and they lost Geno.
Mm-hmm.
They got Sam Darnold, and you know how I feel about Sam Darnold. So then you got the 49ers who.
Oh, hold on. You said they lost one of their best offensive weapons.
Oh, and they lost DK.
Are we gonna forget that? They lost DK too.
Forgot DK. So yeah,
I mean,
and they lost Lockett for the veteran presence. You know, they lost Lockett too. So
yep.
You lose your 2 out of your 3 starting receivers, basically, because teams typically play 3 now.
Yep.
You lose them, you lose your quarterback, you lose your coach. You kind of starting from all the infrastructure, the heads of the snake, and the 2 main weapons. Yeah.
Listen, man.
But Seattle do got a good defense. So you know this defense, this division, it's gonna be like a weird dog fight like it was last year.
It will be. But here's the thing with Seattle, man. Load the box and force Walker and Charbonnet to beat you. That's what I do. I force because I don't trust Sam Darnold throwing the ball. I don't. I mean, yeah, he had an okay year last year, but he doesn't have the same type of weapons in Seattle. So I think Seattle's going to finish in last in the division. I have the Rams winning the division. I trust the Rams defense a little bit more than I trust the 49ers defense. So I have the Rams winning the division, the 49ers finishing in second, and Jonathan Gannon getting fired after the Cardinals finishing third.
You're going to be baffled by my pick.
All right, let's go.
We got the Niners, then the Cardinals, then the Seahawks, then the Rams. I'm expecting that Matt Stafford. I expect that Matt Stafford is going to fall apart. His body won't hold up to get him through. That's what I'm expecting.
See, here's my thing, man. I feel like I should have. I feel like I should have drafted Stafford in the fantasy league, man.
Man, don't do that, man. You rode Stafford back so long, man. You was on Stafford back when he had Megatron.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. Stafford won me a couple championships, man. Like, but he may be done, man. It might be over. All right, so look, we've gone through where we think everybody's going to finish. So let's number it out. Who do you have seed wise in the AFC from 1 to 7?
From the top, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Texans, the Ravens, the Chargers, the Steelers, and then the Bengals.
All right. I have the Bills, the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Texans, the Broncos, the Bengals, and the Chargers. All right. What do you have in the NFC? All right. So what?
Almost lost the connection there. Power of my laptop almost went out on me.
All right. We back though. The NFC. Yeah. 1 through 7 in the NFC.
NFC. not gonna like this.
Okay.
Packers,
Mm-hmm.
Eagles,
Mm-hmm.
Niners, Falcons, Lions, Commanders, then the Bucks.
All right. I have the Eagles, the Lions, the Bucks, the Rams, the Packers, the Commanders, and the Vikings. All right. Now, did you do your playoff picks too?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, let's
all
start.
the way out.
All right. Let's start with the AFC wild card.
This is gonna be funny.
Go ahead.
All right, wild card round. So my matchups ended up being the Chiefs versus the Bengals. That's the 2 and the 7.
Believe it or not,
Chiefs,
I actually have that matchup. I have the Chiefs and Bengals matchup.
Okay, so obviously I have the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Texans and the Steelers as 3 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Texans.
Okay.
I have the Ravens and Chargers as 4 and 5. And the Ravens.
All right. Now, see, this is crazy because I have the Ravens and Chargers as my 2 and 7 matchup. I have the Ravens winning that game. I have the Chiefs and Bengals as my 3-6. I have the Chiefs winning. And I have the Broncos and Texans my 4-5. I'm taking the Broncos in an upset.
Ooh.
Taking the Broncos in an upset.
Wait, didn't we have this matchup last year?
No. Oh, wait, did we? I think we did.
I think we did.
Yep.
Yeah, they ran the Broncos up out of there. Or was it the Chargers?
No. We didn't get that matchup. No, we did not get that matchup.
Chargers?
The Broncos played was it the Chiefs? The Broncos played the Chiefs. If I'm not mistaken, the Chiefs were not the 1 seed, were they?
No.
Yeah.
No, wait.
They played the Chiefs. Wait, hold up. Who the hell did the Broncos lost to the Chiefs last year? That I remember.
Hold up. We gonna set this straight. It's funny because you would think we would remember.
Oh, word. Wait a minute. Were they the 1 seed? Wait a minute. Here we go.
No, the Chiefs were the 1 seed last year.
So the Broncos won their playoff.
The Texans played the Chargers. That's what it was. The Texans played the Chargers and the Bills played.
Oh no, it was Buffalo. Okay, it was Buffalo. All right. There we go. It was Buffalo. Cool. I remember the Broncos scored first. That I do remember. The Broncos scored first,
and then Buffalo.
Yeah, then Buffalo just got them up out of it. Okay. All right. You want to keep going AFC to the end, or you want to switch to the NFC?
Let's go all the way to the end and then do the NFC all the way to the end. I think that make it easier on my brain rather than going back and forth.
All right, divisional round.
Divisional round. So I have the Bills and the Ravens. That'd be the 1 and the 4.
Mm-hmm.
The Ravens finally beat the Bills.
And
then I have the Chiefs and Texans, and my son's gonna have to wait another year. Patrick Mahomes gonna get him again.
All right, so I have the Bills and the Broncos. Obviously, I have the Bills doing whatever they want again. I have the Ravens and the Chiefs in the other divisional round. I'm taking the Ravens.
All right.
I think that the Ravens are gonna, they're gonna break through. They're gonna knock the Chiefs off.
Okay.
And if I'm looking at it, it's a home game. So I think that's gonna make it a little bit easier for the Ravens to get that win. They won't have to go to Kansas City.
Right.
All right, AFC Championship time. Who you got?
So now I'm down to the Chiefs and the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Ravens doing the impossible.
All right, so we both have the Ravens in the AFC Championship game. We have the matchup different, but remember what I said about the Ravens having one of those two teams in their way? The Bills are going to win the AFC Championship game. I'm sorry. The Bills are going to make it to the Super Bowl this year. That's my prediction. Okay. I have the Bills making it to the Super Bowl this year. All right, let's move on to Let's move on to the NFC.
All right. So my 2-7 was Eagles and Bucks. Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
My 3-6 matchup was the Niners and the Commanders. I have the Commanders.
Okay.
4-5 matchup, the Falcons and the Lions. I have the Lions.
Okay. All right. My 2-7 matchup is the Lions and Vikings. I have the Lions winning. My 3-6 matchup is the Bucks and the Commanders. I got the Bucks getting revenge. This year. And my 4-5 is the Rams and the Packers. I got the Packers winning that one.
Dang, that's what I would like to see that one. The Rams-Packers matchup. But I don't think the Rams gonna make it, so
all right. Moving on to the divisional round.
That would be nice. That's a nice matchup.
That would be a good match.
Yeah. So with the Packers and Commanders both winning, I have those two. I mean, with the Packers. With the Commanders winning, they get to face the Packers, and I have the Packers beating the Commanders. And then I have the Eagles and Lions. Eagles.
All right. Well, we got another rematch in the divisional round, an exact rematch of last year's wild card game, actually. I have the Eagles beating the Packers, and I have the Bucks beating the Lions.
What? Yeah, I think you're putting too much faith in the Bake Show, man. You put too much faith on. You put too much dip on his chip.
I could be, man. I could be, but we always listen. We always get one of those teams that make a run that like doesn't make any sense. The Commanders were the team that made that run last year that didn't make any sense.
True. So it's down to the Packers and Eagles. So Eagles.
Listen, man, we gonna exercise some demons, yo. We gonna exercise a whole hell of a lot of demons because I got the Eagles beating the Bucks in the NFC Championship. Finally, I said I would get back to the Bucks having to come to Philly for a game. This is the game I had the Bucks coming back to Philly for, and I think the Eagles win. And I think that this fan base can finally breathe a little bit and get over what happened at the vet.
I don't know, man. You better watch out for them Bucks in championship games.
Listen,
the Eagles are supposed to win.
Listen, man. I think the Eagles.
Remember
I think the
2002.
Eagles. I don't want to remember that, man. I don't want to. I don't even want to ponder on that, man. Seriously, I don't even want to ponder on that.
I had the Eagles taking out the Bucks in the beginning, so that brushed them. They brushed them off early. So dang, man, we back at it with the Eagles and Ravens.
And here's the thing: I have the Eagles and Bills in the Super Bowl. Listen, I'm gonna say it again, like I said last year. I think that you have a situation here now with the Bills and their long-suffering fan base having to endure 4 straight Super Bowl losses. And then in this era, Josh Allen being as good as he is. And I think that the one thing that he needs on his resume right now to stamp him as solidified is a Super Bowl championship. It ain't going to happen against this team, dog. I'm sorry. Buffalo, get prepared for a 5th cold winter up there. I think the Eagles beat the Bills in the Super Bowl in a game that should be better than this past Super Bowl. God. Oh, man. This 46. Jesus.
So you know the things you said about Josh Allen. Those things also apply to Lamar Jackson.
They do.
And unfortunately for Lamar.
Wait a minute. Oh, God. Here comes the hate mail. We about to get all types of hate mail.
Listen. And then also, just as you said, It should be an epic game. It should be a way better game.
Listen, I want people to understand, and we talk about it all the time, and I do say this. I like to give the disclaimer out. Yes, I wear the fact that I'm a Philadelphia fan on my sleeve. I wear my city on my arm because I have a 215 tattoo right here. I'm not a homer. I've never been a homer. If you want to, like, I will always come on this show and tell everybody that's watching and everybody that's listening, I will always tell you the truth about where I think these teams in the city are. Because if you sat here and had a conversation with me right now about this upcoming season for the Philadelphia 76ers, I would tell you I don't care. I'm going to be honest with you. I think the Phillies are like good enough to make a run, but then they get in these modes where the offense is somewhere else.
They do not want to.
And that's not going to work in the playoffs because you can't have a night where today you score 18 runs and then tomorrow 1. You do that in the playoffs. You out of here. Yeah. You out of here. So I truly believe that the Eagles are the best team in the league coming into this season. I agree that there are question marks in the secondary. I agree that they probably do need a solid number 3 receiver. I think that the fact that they traded for Mechie means they don't believe in Dotson the way that I thought they did, because I don't understand why you would bring in another guy. If you had Jahan Dotson, the guy that you traded for last year, I thought he was wide receiver 3, and then you traded for Mechie. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
So I we'll see, man. We'll see. But we got a long way to go to get through the rest of this season. You've heard it again. We've picked the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. We were right last year. Will we be right this year? Will we be out there on Broad Street come next February? All right, so listen, let's get into the awards as we close everything out. I already told you my dumbass of the week is the Dallas Cowboys organization.
Easy one.
I think that was the easiest dumbass of the week we've ever had in the history of this show. Even going back to the Anchor days when we were doing the podcast there. It's the Dallas Cowboys. My person of the week. Darius Cooper.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know who Darius Cooper is, while we're talking about the Eagles, Darius Cooper was an undrafted free agent from Tarleton State. Tarleton State is like a Division II school, right?
Oh, okay.
He was undrafted. He made the Eagles' final roster. When an undrafted guy from a small school, not a big school, a small school makes an NFL roster, he's done something special. He's done something really special. And I like the fact that A.J. Brown got on him because he was wearing number 41. He changed his number to number 80 now, which is a much better receiver number. And then shout out to Tarleton State, too, because they beat Army the other night in double overtime. So Tarleton State, if you're an alumnus right now, stand up. Your team just beat a major college in football, and one of your alumnus is on an NFL roster after not even being drafted this year.
Okay, so I didn't even know. He's the guy that was wearing the 41. Right. Oh, yeah. In preseason, he was balling.
He was.
I thought he was in position. I thought actually he was going to be in position to fight for that third receiver spot. But I guess he's going to still just get.
Listen, he'll be in the mix. But he'll be in the mix.
Yeah.
I think he's shown that you know who it was last year that seem to always be, and you'll remember me making jokes about this in the podcast chat where I said, like, yo, I think Jalen Hurts has Britton Covey on his fantasy team. Why is he constantly throwing this guy the ball? I think he's gonna be in that Britton Covey type role. There are gonna be packages for this kid to get some touches.
Yeah. That's funny. Covey.
All right, who's your person of the week?
All right, we're going to go with Florida State. From being down and out last year to coming in here and just basically running roughshod over Alabama in very impressive form. Like, that's a huge bounce back for that organization.
I'm stunned. I am absolutely stunned right now, man. I'm shocked. I'm taken aback. A Miami fan giving props to Florida State. What's next? Right? What's next? You gonna be giving North Carolina props during the college basketball season? Is that what's coming next?
Let's not go too far. Let's not go too far. You're going too far there.
I gotta ask these things, man. I'm just asking.
Too far.
All right, listen, man. What to watch? I mean, come on. Do I really need to tell you what to watch this week? Football. You have the Eagles in Dallas on Thursday night. You got I think it's the Chargers and the Chiefs on Friday night. You got college football on Saturday. You got a damn good Sunday night football matchup. I think it's the Bills and the Ravens. Sunday night?
I think they get the first Sunday night. Yes.
So listen, start Thursday and end at some point around 11:30 Monday night. Your football week is definitely taken care of. If you're not watching football this coming week, I don't know what to tell you.
So I guess that's the end, right?
That's it, man. Listen, we'll definitely hit you guys off with our predictions for week one. So for those of you who don't know, it's our lock pick, our 50-50 pick, and our upset pick of the week. I'm going to be doing my spreadsheet once we get out of here so I can keep track of who's winning this year. I totally spaced last year. Yeah. I don't remember who it was. I think at some point, like, you were like way in the lead. You were like way in the lead, and then me and John sort of kind of started catching up later in the season.
Walked me down in the second half.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna keep track of that, and then every week I'll give an update on where the standings are. And even if John doesn't make the show, he better make sure to get his picks in this
year. Yeah, man. Stay on top of John getting his picks in, man. He be making his picks at like 12:30, 12:50. Come game.
Yeah, no, we gotta set a cutoff point, man. Picks gotta be in by some point Saturday night, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what? One more thing we forgot.
What's that?
We forgot to do the yearly awards. We could do that with the picks.
Got you.
All
right. Listen, man. It's a damn good college game on right now. I'm gonna finish watching and see what happens with your boys and whether or not they can hold off Notre Dame. Phillies and Braves are on right now, too, so I'm going to finish watching that. But listen, man, we'll get at y'all later on, and we'll have our picks and our choices for the awards coming up.